coming up, before we go into too much detail about the content layer, I want to talk about some communication models, and there are many. We're going to talk about encryption and decoding. We're going to talk about noise and what that's all about. And then we're going to jump into that assessment tool, which I've been promising. So communication models are something that's quite interesting, and as I said, there are very many of them. And when I started looking around at them, there are basically these three different layers. There's linear models, there are interactive models, and then also transactional models, which are two-way and interactive, which are, I guess, more relevant when you're working in front of an audience live, because there is an instant feedback. But for the sake of broadcast or narrowcast, which is what we're doing here in the webinar world and in the speaking online world, we're going to deal with linear models, and particularly one model that I enjoy is one of the oldest, which is from Aristotle. Now, you know that I'm a big fan. And he talks about the 5 elements at the heart of making a convincing communicator. There's the speaker, there's the speech, there's the occasion, the target audience, and the desired effect. And that's a real combination, if you like, of what you've seen on the inside of the model already. But there's something else that Aristotle says. He says you can improve communication if the ethos is right, the pathos is right, and of course the logos, I don't know how you pronounce that in Greek, but it is the logic of the argument. So if you bring it back to the television world where we're connecting from with this online space of ours, then it makes sense that you can get rid of the noise by really taking a careful look at how you make a connection, how you make people care, and how you roll out the argument so that it really makes sense to them logically and emotionally. Now, if we get back to that message that we want to land with an audience with real impact, the next model is really one that is a standard communication model. It is a one-way communication model, which is the Shannon-Weaver communication model that speaks on the one end of a message that gets encoded and it gets decrypted or decoded on the other end. But there is the potential of a lot of noise that happens in the middle. And this noise needn't necessarily be physical noise of a microphone or a sound in the background. It can also be cultural noise. It can be perceptual noise. It can be language, emotional, gender, or even interpersonal angles where noise could be taking place just purely because you're not connecting with somebody, or there's something that they did that distracted you. And so these are all parts of things that you should be aware of because they're part of those moving parts in your presentation. So how can you minimize noise? Well, the physical ones are the good microphone, the quiet space, articulate, speak slow, which I forget often, breathe and keep on track, keep focused, look out for the jargon, and try not to be too abstract with it. Don't make it too far as a reach for the audience to jump to the next level. Now, as you get ready to start implementing this stuff, we're going to go and take a look at how the self-assessment tool works.